What's up, gang? Welcome to... doggone it. These lights. To Mike the Cop's basement. No better place to be. Mom, the meatloaf! Maybe not. No moms here other than my wife, who counts as a mom. And, guys, I have been... Oh, by the way, cheers. Little Boston lager. No wheelies today. Man, guys, I have been freaking busy. Really busy. A lot of you guys, if you have obviously followed my material over the last few years, you know that I had moved last summer from full-time police work to part-time police work, and I've started to fill that gap doing some real estate. And I've been learning, like getting my feet wet, doing some training, and I've just been busy, man. I've been busy. So I released that video with the underpaid producer. Are you in the comments?
Yeah.
Oh, UPP's in the comments. And how much
cocaine needs to be legal?
How much LSD have I confiscated? Only once have I ever encountered LSD. And it wasn't that much. So yeah, I just been super busy. We released that video on Monday, I think. The California straw law, where I pulled over the underpaid producer and arrested him for the straws. So I do have the underpaid producer monitoring comments. Maybe he'll pick some good ones out for me to answer questions. I'm down with UPP. Yeah, you know me. Who's down with UPP?
What's
all my homies.
133 or whatever.
Matt Lackey. You, sir.
UPP.
You, sir. I appreciate that. He asked if this is choir practice. I didn't know that many other people, cop-wise, said that outside of Metro Detroit. Are you from Metro Detroit? I need to know, Matt Lackey. Because you just asked, I'm drinking a beer, and you asked about choir practice. Interesting. Interesting indeed. That's like a little inside thing, like usually after midnights, head out somewhere and get a couple of pops and call it choir practice, especially on Sunday mornings. I am still irked about the drive home today. So annoying. All right. So, guys, I'm going to be here for probably no more than 30 minutes. Podcasts come out every Friday at 3 usually. So I will be here for about 30 minutes. So we're already coming up on 3. So let's say 27 minutes left to go. Happy to answer some questions. Obviously, the super chats are going to take priority. That is not a... I don't have the link to the Discord sitting on my phone, Val. So if somebody wants to drop it in there, fine by me. Anyway, the super chats take precedence, and I promise you an answer. Otherwise, I don't know. Val can't post a link. I can't post a link either. I'm on my phone. You know, Val, I'm terrible at this stuff.
What do we need to post?
A link to the Discord.
Oh, hold up.
Hold up. My mom's dead, so I think her sexuality is irrelevant. Maybe she's gay. If there's gayness in heaven.
Discord link has been dropped.
Boom! Discord link dropped. So if you're into Discord, head over there. I do have Narcan. All right, dude, there's so many questions flying by. I'm going to have the UPP just feed me questions. Since he's here, I'll take advantage of him.
What was the funniest call you've been on?
I don't answer that question.
Okay.
You know that.
What do you think about KSI and Logan Paul fight?
What do I think about KSI and Logan Paul fighting? Oh my goodness.
I think it's so stupid.
I think it's...
I think they're both morons.
I think they're both, yeah. I mean, what? They're gonna get 8 million 11-year-olds to pay $10 to watch them box each other. Good for them. I wish I had that kind of clout. I wish I had that kind of social media clout. I'm not even mad. I'm jealous.
Colin P. asked, where are we dropping, boys?
Where are we dropping, boys?
Tilted Towers. Best police book? Question mark.
Ooh, best police book. I'll answer slanted. Look for my book to come out. You Can't Make This Stuff Up. In September 1st is my goal date, 1 month from today. It's going to be a revised and expanded version of my first book of just all sorts of stories from police officers around the country that and the world, really, that you just can't make up. So that's coming. I would say that On Combat is probably one of the best, and emotional survival for law enforcement. It's a red and white booklet. I might have it sitting over there.
Oh, thank you so much, Science Rules.
I don't see it. Thank you, Science Rules. What was his question?
Are you EMT certified, and is it a prerequisite to be EMT certified to be a police officer?
I am not EMT certified. I was MFR certified, medical first responder. Thank you, Avery. So I don't know if this is every state, but in Michigan we have MFR, which allows us to administer oxygen, check blood pressure. So I was MFR because the first police department that I worked for was public safety, which we did police, fire, and medical first response. We had a contracted ambulance service that responded for advanced medical support. So I am not EMT certified, and my MFR has lapsed a while ago. There is a place, if you guys have watched Flint Town, you've heard of Flint, Michigan. That county, Genesee County, they are paramedics and police officers. So that's kind of cool. But not me.
So we have a super chat, $20 super chat by Miss Firegal8. Please discuss.
Thank you, Miss
cases where
Firegal.
people or police kill hostages or civilians when perp has a knife, like the LAPD. Maybe one day.
They do what?
Please discuss cases where police kill hostages or civilians when perp has a knife, like the LAPD. I haven't heard about that.
Oh, okay. So I have heard about that.
And then $1 super chat by Daniel Watt.
Okay, so with regard to the unfortunate situation in LA where a civilian was killed, this also happened in I want to say Minnesota recently as well, where was it? Don't quote me on this, but there was 2 recent police shootings. A cop was shot and killed, and the other cops gave chase and shot at someone and hit the bad guy in the leg, but a round actually went into a home, as slim of a chance as that is, and it actually killed somebody. And that is tragic and unfortunate, and it's also virtually unpreventable. It's just one of those things where you try your absolute best to protect your community from menaces like that. In the case of LA, there was a violent criminal, a high-speed pursuit. It ended, and those officers had literally that long to make a decision about whether or not they were going to stop that guy. Like, that long. The car crashes, the guy bails, and he's running inside an occupied building with a firearm. Those officers had that fast to make that decision. And honestly, I don't think that I would have done it any differently. Is it tragic? Yes. Is it to be celebrated that an innocent person who got caught up in that died? No, I don't celebrate that, but it's a harsh reality about the world that we live in. It just is. When good guys are chasing bad guys, sometimes the people that we're trying to protect most get caught up in the way. And it's as much as we can try to avoid that, it's unavoidable. In a perfect world, yes. We don't live in a perfect world. So I hope that answers your question. I appreciate the super chat for that.
So Kirk189,
Kirk.
$10 super chat. Big fan, Mike. Thanks for what you foe. Thumbs up. Joseph.
Thanks,
Berg,
Kirk.
$5 super chat. I am able to attend a college to get my police training here in PA. Is there any tips you can say I can start off with? Just the whole 9 yards. We've made a couple of videos on that, haven't we?
We've got some content back there for, like, so you want to be a cop, sort of things. Probably 2 videos. So I would check those out if I don't answer your question. But basically, you've got 2 sides to the academy. You've got the mental side and you've got the physical side. The physical side is easy. You can prepare for that. You can find out from the academy what kind of exercises you're going to be doing, and you can go do them. It's really, really simple. On the mental side of things, you really can't prepare, honestly. What I would do to be best ready for the mental side is simply to just block out your life. Don't be on a softball league or a bowling league or a golf league or whatever. Don't be planning on going out with your friends much. Stay low key and just focus on your studies. Focus on the academy. Get through it. Enjoy getting to know your academy brothers and sisters, and just enjoy the ride and focus on it. Because you want to be proficient in the knowledge that you're going to gain in the academy. You don't want to just skate by. You want to be really good at it. You want to really know your stuff. A cop that possesses a strong, capable knowledge of the law is going to be a much better cop than someone who doesn't. I mean, they're a law enforcement officer, so they should really know the laws. So I say block off the schedule and be ready. James says, how old is Mike? I'm 42.
Ben Johnston,
Thanks,
August 31st
Ben.
is my police academy grad date in Madison, Wisconsin. Please come be a guest speaker.
Hey, if they called me and flew me out there, I would guest speak.
What do you think about, this is by Ooh Angel, Ooh.
Yes, I'm still working out, like always.
What do you think about NYPD Stop and Kiss? Search on YouTube.
Stop and kiss?
Yeah, I can search that up in a minute.
I'd never heard of it.
I don't know if I want to.
It's just a standard Boston lager. Boston lager. It's from Boston.
Jane, I think, with €5. Have
€5?
you ever met European police officers? And if so, what do you think about their way of doing things?
Hey, will you go grab my bobby hat? Hey, bring me my bobby hat! I don't think they heard me.
I have to go grab it.
Please, hurry up. I'll show them.
Well, I've met European police officers.
We both met European police officers. What do I think about Canada legalizing pot? I don't care. I'm for the United States legalizing pot. I just don't care. So here's the answer to it. I actually traded a badge, one of my badges, for this bobby hat. Good day. Cheerio. Carry on then. Driving on the wrong side of the road. Okay.
Hiram Bifidum, 1226, super chat. Have you ever read the book Tactics for Criminal Patrol by Charles Remsburg?
I have not read the book.
I've read it very closely. It explains a lot of dirty tricks. I feel it encourages cops to stir things.
Dirty tricks. I have not read that book, so I cannot comment on that book. Never even heard of it, actually.
XDE Rex, $5 super chat. Hey Mike, we'll be starting college for CJ later this month. Any advice to an aspiring detective?
I would say that most agencies that are larger agencies, like medium to large size, you just don't get to walk in and be a detective. So if you want to be a detective, I would look at your agency. I would ask those questions early on. This is my career goal. Talk to your sergeant. Get through FTO. Get through probation. Then start talking to your sergeant. Talking to the guys and saying, like, what do I got to do to make detective? Some places it's by seniority. Some places you got to have 3 years on. Some places you got to have 5 years on. And then you can apply for it. So it's just, it's going to vary. So just, if that's your goal, find out what the steps are and then just take those necessary steps.
Smart and Sassy, $5 super chat. Hi.
Thank you, Smart and Sassy.
My
Appreciate
son
that.
and I love your show. Well, we love you.
Well, we love you back. We love you more.
Ooh, whoa, my thing skipped down all the way to the bottom. Stephen Crothers, $10 super chat. If you're ever near Hamlin Pub on Gratchett and Chesterfield, I'll buy you one of your soda pops.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for your service.
Thank you very much. Mary Hunt, what did she ask?
I don't know.
Yeah, I do get sued a lot. Not a lot, like more than the average
You're
person.
very behind. 603 Piper, $2 super chat. Got a police pipe band where you work?
We don't. There is, I think we have, there is Metro Detroit pipe and drum type stuff, yes, but I'm not a part of it.
James Milanese, $5 super chat. Did you watch 401's video on Florida's Stand Your Ground law? And if so, what is your opinion? I uploaded that and I saw...
I watched about 6 minutes of it. I can't remember how long it was. It was like 9 or 11, maybe. I don't remember. I was listening to it. I wasn't watching it. I just had my phone in the aux cord, and I saw that it was out there, and I hit play and was driving a little from one place to another, and I heard some of it. So yeah, I haven't gotten the full video yet, but I'm watching it.
And then we have a donation by Tommy Rogne, I don't know.
Thank you, Caleb.
Some foreign currency. Any thoughts on the stand your ground shooting in Florida?
Did we talk about the stand your ground shooting? Anywhere? Did we talk about it on YouTube?
I feel like we talked about it in a podcast.
Oh, we talked about it on a podcast. Did we talk about it in the last week's podcast or this week's podcast? I don't remember. Either, if you look up Off the Cuff Podcast with Mike the Cop on SoundCloud or iTunes, we either talked about it last week or we already recorded two, so the one that's coming out Friday. We talk about it in detail. That specific shooting in Clearwater, Florida. What do I think about Stand Your Ground? I'm okay with Stand Your Ground. I think it needs to be hashed out a little bit more with case law to give us a little bit better parameters. I think it's hard to understand. But in theory, I'm okay with Stand Your Ground law. In theory. We don't have that in Michigan, though. But I think it needs to be a little bit better clarified because it's a super fuzzy area. So, anyway. Are me and 401 rivals? Heck no, man. Me, 401, Donut, Officer Daniels, Mikey Mo Vlog, 664, Fuzz Fam. Did I miss anybody? Nick Off Duty, Tommy Free Field Training. Is there anybody else out there? Like the bigger names that people know or have been around a while? No, we're all cool with each other.
Okay.
Angry Cops, yeah. Angry Cops.
Mary Hunt. When you're on an interview, what is a good reason to give for wanting to get into LE other than a cliche wanting to serve the community?
Okay. So you're in the interview process. You're going to get asked by a background investigator maybe. You're going to get asked by an oral board. You're going to get asked by a chief. Whatever it is, you may get asked that question. Why do you want to go into law enforcement? What's a good answer? The honest answer. Your honest answer is the right answer. If it's cliche, then it's cliche. So what? You know, white people can't dance very well. That's true. That's cliche. That's stereotypical, but it's freaking true. And a lot of people want to Kiki, do you love me? See? I just proved it. I can't dance.
Jack Malone, are you done answering?
No, I'm not done answering. I'm almost done. It's cliche, but if it's true, then that's what you need to go with because whoever you really are as a person, that's how you want to interview because if they like that person, then you're going to have a better experience likely with those people because they liked you and hired you for your answers, right? And if they're not true, if you're answering a question the way you think they want to hear it, then that's what they're going to expect, but that's not really you. At some point, you're going to have a conflict with that department, and you're not going to feel comfortable working there. So I would just say, be honest. If it's to help people, maybe if I would shade it at all, I would say make it more specific. What do you mean you want to help people? If anything, I would say that's just too general, right? I want to help kids grow up with a better picture of law enforcement in the community because I didn't have that growing up. That's not my reason. I just don't care. But what I'm saying is you need to care about your answer, right? You need to say specifically how you want to help people. And if you can do that and be honest, then you're winning, right? Okay.
Jack Malone, $10 super chat. I'm a special agent.
Jack Malone.
I did look him up, and it's some character from a show.
Okay.
The Real Player 1, $2 super chat. What are your thoughts on the Detroit Police?
My thoughts on the Detroit Police is there's a ton of awesome men and women working in Detroit. I don't know.
Caleb Donaldson.
They're doing great things in their community.
You already mentioned that. $3 super chat.
I don't watch live PD. I think it sucks.
Deputy Dave, $5 Canadian. 2 questions. What is your favorite patrol vehicle? Do you carry all intermediate weapons, OC, baton, taser? If not, what do you carry and why?
My favorite patrol vehicle of all time is a Crown Vic. Right now, I drive a Charger. I have a choice between a Charger and a Tahoe, and it just depends on my mood. But I typically choose the Charger because I feel a little bit more snug in there. I don't know why. It's more nimble than the Tahoes. Tahoes are nice. They're roomy. but I prefer the Charger still because when I gotta drive fast, I like the handling of the Charger better than the Tahoe. Intermediate weapons, I carry a taser and OC spray. I don't carry a baton.
Okay.
Live PD sucks because
You gotta hurry
it
up,
just
man. I'm trying to catch up. I can't read comments
Okay.
and respond if you don't.
Live PD sucks for me because it's like it's too slow, right? Cops was edited down for the action. I like to see the action. Get to the point, right? Like I live live PD, so it's boring to freaking watch. And the commentators, if you're watching, you suck nuts. It's terrible. The commentating is terrible. Get somebody on there that wants to like be real and talk normal. But they're too whatever on live PD. Whatever. That's just my opinion.
Misfire guy with a $2.
You can have your own
chat
opinion.
Saying you missed Tier Talk.
Tier Talk as a channel, I've heard of Tier Talk. I don't really keep up with Tier Talk, so I don't know. I'm sorry. So if Tier Talk, if you're watching, maybe I should check out your stuff
King
more. I've heard of that.
$5 super chat. In Oklahoma, we are going to have to choose between possessing and carrying firearms and obtaining a medical marijuana card. Thoughts on this issue?
What?
What? In Oklahoma, we are going to have to choose between possessing and carrying firearms and obtaining a medical marijuana card. Thoughts on this issue?
I said earlier I think medical marijuana should be legal. But I think that we also have to think about the implications for that. Just like there's alcohol laws, like you can't have above 0.02 blood alcohol content in Michigan, so basically you can't have more than a beer in you and carry your weapon around, right? I think that's somewhat sensible when you're out in public. How do you measure THC and its impact on people when they're carrying weapons? So I think it's a concern. That's the one thing about legalizing marijuana that people don't think about. Oh, legalize it. Okay, what are all the implications for what happens when we do legalize it? So I think it's just something to consider. I'm pro Second Amendment and I'm pro legalized weed. How they all work together, I don't know. We got to hash that out.
Trump is awesome. $2 super chat.
All right, cool.
Mountain Fit.
Trump is awesome,
$10
according
super
to
chat.
whoever
Thank you
gave
for
the
your
$2
service.
super chat.
Stand your ground law should make every evil person fear the good people.
All cheers to that. Make the evil people fear.
Wait, what did I see?
Thoughts on Patty Mayo? I saw that. A super chat?
Hold on.
Okay. I'm getting to you, random man.
Mohammed.
I'm getting
$2
comments
super chat.
different
What's
than
your
him.
opinion on the NYPD?
Those that I've met in the NYPD and hung out with are all solid people. You know, obviously it's a massive department, dude. Massive department.
And okay, hold on. Random man, $2 super chat. Thoughts on Patty Mayo?
Patty Mayo. I feel like Patty Mayo is like lizard lick towing for YouTube bounty hunting. I think his stuff is staged. I'm pretty sure he's admitted that, right? Like, he's had some
bounty hunt?
Yeah, he's had some viral videos that
I don't know,
are 100% staged.
If you watch that and don't think they're staged, man.
No,
It's so
I watched a
awesome.
Patty Mayo video like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, dude, this is like watching lizard lick towing or whatever that is. It's you might love it's entertaining. There's no doubt. Patty Mayo is entertaining to watch. I'll watch it. It's funny, but it's just fake. So, I don't know if it's based on some true stories, loosely based on some true stories, but one guy doesn't get attacked by an axe, and a vacuum cleaner, and a hatchet, and a taser all in like a week. Spoiled Mayo, as this segment Donut did. All right, so go look up Donut Operator and look up Spoiled Mayo.
Cesar,
He knows more than I do about.
Cesar, $2 super chat. Should I become a police officer? Dangerous job.
You should only become a police officer if it's in your gut to do it. Get her done. I need to party
And
more.
Now we're all caught up.
We're all caught up. All right, I did it. Trump is awesome again. I got a super chat there. Big fan. Does being a cop make you a chick magnet?
To his wife.
Duh. Duh. Ooh, backsplash. Anyway.
Thoughts on Michigan State Police
Thoughts on MSP? They have lovely hats.
and ties.
Somebody asked a decent question here. How screwed are you if you're a passenger in a vehicle where the driver has been pulled and is in possession of cannabis? So in Michigan, the way the law works is that if there is an illegal substance in the vehicle, if the investigation can determine whose it is, or if someone takes credit for the dope, as it were, or weed, then the passenger's not in trouble at all, per se. Um, but if everybody's like, it's not mine, we can charge everyone with the constructive possession. Now, prosecutors might whittle it down and change the case up once you arrest everybody, but everybody can be arrested for constructive possession in a vehicle if the person who's somebody doesn't want to take the fall for it, I guess. When can you use your gun for self-defense with a C? Well,
Can't be getting ahead of me, man.
if you're in Great Britain spelling defense with a C, I don't know when you can use your gun.
Brett Heary, $5 super chat. How's your fitness challenge going with Officer Daniels or Officer Donuts? Oops, I meant Daniels.
Officer Daniels. The fitness challenge is going good. I'm realizing certain areas of weakness and certain areas of strength, but I'm moving forward.
I'm sorry. I just
What?
read the funniest comment.
What's the funniest comment?
Battle Hard said, underpaid producer, buff that glare on your dad's head, bro. Taco Man Javier, will you be my sugar daddy?
Yes, I will be your sugar daddy.
Go watch Donut Operator. I think I will. Bye. That was 700.
Well, thanks for dropping a super chat on your way out the door to go watch Donut Operator. Hey, Dismas E. McNail. What's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. All right, we got about 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, so if we can get a couple more questions in that I can
We've been streaming that long.
rapid fire.
Be sure to drop a like in the stream.
Somebody wants to start something like that in Brazil? Hey, man, go for it. I think it's just start something in your community. Get together with a couple of the cops. Get together with a couple people who want to do something good in the community. Bring them together, and go for it, man. Brazil needs to humanize the police just like everybody else. Hiram Bifidum. Oh, we got a couple of super chats coming in.
Yeah, 603 Piper, $2.
Last 2 questions.
Again. I keep repeating this all the time. There are ways of asserting your rights without being obnoxious. The fact is, way more bad situations with cops can be avoided than can't.
I agree. I agree with you. If everybody stays calm and just treats each other with respect, that goes a long way.
Thoughts about the cop who hit the cyclist? That was Brandon Morio.
I bet that cop really regrets texting and driving and not paying attention, and I'm sure he'll be disciplined for it.
603 Piper with another $2 super chat.
Oh, thanks again, Piper.
And then Miss Firegal again.
Again, Miss Firegal? Thank you.
Hostage situations, who handles it first? Like lethal response, first cop, or SWAT team?
Hostage situations are completely dynamic. Sometimes things don't start as hostage situations and then they become hostage situations. So, you know, if the way that the call came in was that it was a hostage situation, everybody's going to respond, and crisis negotiators would be activated, you know, and sometimes that means they're coming from their home. It just depends on the time of day, who's available, you know, whether SWAT's involved is going to depend on, is this a barricaded thing? You know, there's so many factors. It's a very dynamic situation. So any number of people. God of Maine, thank you for the super chat. $1. My favorite beer, I don't know. Two Hearted Ale, probably from Bell's Brewing. Hardest thing I've ever done at work. I lifted a heavy box once that sucked of ticket paper. I don't know. That's a hard question to answer. Mary Hunt, $2. What did she ask?
I shipped Mike the Cop and Officer 401.
What?
I ship Mike the Cop and Officer 401. It's a gay relationship, I guess.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You know how people like ship certain people like
No. I don't know what that
celebrities?
means.
You don't know what that means?
No, I don't know what
Like
that means.
they can picture them together. Like
Oh.
they root for those people to have a relationship.
Oh, okay. Do you want me and 401 to hook up? Is that the ship? Is that what the ship means? You want us to sail off to an island? SWAT is cool. I don't know. SWAT's good. A good holster brand. I'm a Blackhawk fan because I've just always used Blackhawk. They seem to be have never failed me on or off duty. So I don't know. Val will pay to see that. Me and 401 hook up. All right, we're last question. Avery Plank: does state law override city law in weapons? How do I explain this? Uh, yes. A city ordinance can't contradict state law, but it can expand on it. And I think it's the best way to explain it. So, like some cities, one of the cities I used to work in, they had a city ordinance against pocket knives that would have been potentially legal by the state, but in the city they weren't. So you can have city ordinances that further do something as long as it doesn't contradict state law. So I don't know if that answers the question. I don't know if I'm even saying it right.
We got a couple more questions. Super chat.
Super chat ones? Okay, guys. Enough super chats. Thank you. But I gotta go after I answer these questions. So don't be dropping super chats because I gotta go.
Don't be dropping logs. Log mover 123. How would you react if you discharged your weapon at someone and the bullet bounced off this person?
How would I react essentially if I shot a superhero that was impenetrable to firearm ammunition? I'm not a real fast runner, but I think I would become one in a hurry if that happened. I guess.
And Peanut, I assume you can ask anything. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Video with that.
I've done some deep, dark things for Klondike bars in my day, but I did.
Deep dark.
I have done a video. What would you do for a Klondike bar? So look that up somewhere on my Mike the Cop stuff. It's in there somewhere.
And then
you like France? Oui, oui.
There's another super chat by God.
I love France.
$2, and he says scariest thing that happened to the cop, but you said that you don't answer that. Those kind of questions.
Those questions are hard to answer. Scariest, funniest, happiest, whatever. All those stuff are like too extreme for me. They're almost impossible to answer after 9 years or so many experiences. So sometimes if something jogs my memory, I can share an experience, but those questions are hard to answer. All right, America, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Again, I just hopped on live from my phone, from my basement, just because I missed you guys. I wanted to connect. Podcast is coming out. X end. Goodbye. I love you.